Welcome everybody to episode 2 of Let's Chat. I'm your host Dane Lazarus. I'm joined today with special guests Datlan Waldorf, aka Bob Hunter and Steve Anderson. Thanks for joining us, team.
Dane, great to be here. Looking forward to it.
Lovely haircut.
Thank you. I went for the Steve Anderson.
Matching.
Yep. Start off with around the grounds. We're back to modified training. So Bob, maybe you can talk to us a little bit about what that looks like now that we're in, I guess, phase 2.
Sure. Look, this is an important step forward for us, Dane. We've all been sort of cooped up and been able to do some individual stuff. What's fantastic from last Monday the 18th, we're able to get out there and do some training activities as a group. You know, no more than 20, so there is a limitation. There is some size and space management, so no more than 2 groups of 20 on a rugby field. Managing the training without contact. That's our key thing. And as much as we'd like to be able to even hit tackle bags and more shields at the moment, that's just not there. But we can pass the footy. So this is where there's a great opportunity for coaches, players, get out there and use some innovative thought to be able to get back and start the process of a lead up to training. The key thing is the next step, and that should happen if we all comply with this first step. That's the important thing. The incentive's there for us. Well, we get this right and all sports get it right, and then we will hopefully progress to phase 3 of the state government's plan, and that will enable us to get back to some training, and then we can start some contact. And crucial in our sport that we have that period. And once we have that period, then we can genuinely know we're going to have some form of competition. Happy to talk about that, but we can do that separately.
Yep. Steve, I might just throw to you straight away, just about the academy. What have they been doing during this period?
Well, obviously, as Bob mentioned, there's a lot of protocol around what we've been doing, what we can do and what we can't do. A lot of individual work. But this period has sort of opened up the door a little bit for a lot of our learning and education, which is a part of the program, but we've been able to focus quite heavily on it. And it allows also for a lot more individual interaction with the athlete. So even though it's been restrictive in a lot of ways with regards to academy and what we actually do, there's been some major benefits.
That's awesome, yeah. Seen it really work and the boys are really buying into that, which is really
good. Look, the one-on-one component with the on-field, that's been difficult and time-consuming, obviously. And Dylan's done an exceptional job in managing that process. Dylan Parsons, the academy lead coach. But also, as I mentioned, the major benefit through this period has been the ability to work one-on-one through the learning and education program. We have done some group work on our Teams and Zoom, obviously, but we're just starting to come back into group work now, which is great.
In other news around the ground, we've got the Belt Up Ball competition promo. So Rugby WA has partnered with the Insurance Commission of Western Australia through its Belt Up Road Safety campaign. Together, we invite the rugby community to create and design potentially the ball for the 2021 season and distribute it to all clubs across the state. Thanks to the partnership, the Insurance Commission will be funding all Belt Up branded rugby balls with the winning designs from this competition. These winning designs will be printed on the match balls for each Rugby WA fixture and be seen by thousands of players and spectators across the whole of Western Australia. So there's information on our website, through our socials. So please, get everyone drawing, designing rugby balls, and hopefully you're the winner and we can put you on the ball. We've got active rugby hubs. So this is a fantastic initiative that was launched when COVID struck and put us all into isolation. We're into week 5 of the active rugby hubs. So jump onto the rugby homepage where you can see different at-home workouts tailored by the national rugby coaches and players around the country. So it's a great little initiative there, and thanks to Rugby Australia for providing some of the resources. We've got one that's been happening for a while here, Ando, is the coaching series. So you've been part of that. So if you can talk to us about how that's been happening and what we can look forward to next.
Yeah, it's a little bit what Bob was saying around the coach education side of it. We're obviously right in this moment halfway through a level 3 high performance program. So with all the restrictions and protocol, obviously we went to the webinar series. The target group wasn't just the level 3 coaches, we broadened it. And it's back down into premier coaches, our pathway coaches, which is excellent. We've been averaging about 45 to 50 people coming on each series. At the moment, we're module 5, and only last night we completed a session on review with Phil Davies, which is a fantastic session again. It's actually been getting a lot of hits both on the LinkedIn social media side of it and Facebook, and a lot of people are revisiting the sessions on YouTube, which we've got through our platform on Rugby WA. So that's been one of the spin-offs of the program, but a fantastic program. Once again, it's not just HP; it's also tied in with our Coach Ed program, which Dylan Parson leads as well. So fantastic. It's not over yet. We've got our final HP section next Tuesday evening, and then we move into a more generic area in the coach education side of it. There's another 6 sessions to follow that.
Awesome. So Bob, as a former coach yourself, now administrator,
yeah.
You've enjoyed them, I'm sure?
Oh yeah. No, there's been some really good content there, and I think again the adaptation from the normal face-to-face type thing has just allowed a few more coaches across our community and across the globe to, dive in, find some good content for them, and also be able to access it when they want. So for us, I think as we move forward, that's a model we'll really take up and continue to build on as part of our coach and coach ed sort of series, as well as across the match officials. Because around the coaching is where the next stage of what we can do in our community, and people have asked me a number of times, will we have a competition? And it's my view we will have some form of competition. It'll be subject to the dates, but the dates are looking positive at the moment. So people start to think about 15th of June, and that may come forward if we've gone well. We don't know, that's state government. And if we have a period then from 15th June, 3 weeks where we get used to contact, then we could see a footy season at both seniors and juniors kicking off from around 4th of July. And that gives us an opportunity to run a genuine competition and see ourselves up with, final series. So really encourage people to get back to the game, find out what's going on at their clubs, make sure they're participating, following the safety guidelines. That'll help us get through as people safely, but also our clubs to get back and play the game we want.
The next segment here, Healthware at Home, our second episode of this Healthware at Home series. We're joined by Tobias Hoskins. I sat down with Tobias earlier. Let's have a look at that. Tobias, thanks for joining me. Tobias Hoskins from Cottesloe Rugby Club.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate you having me on. Excited to have a chat to you.
Yeah, absolutely. We go way back. Back in 2005, I beat you, Trinity versus Scotch. That happened.
Yeah, so I think it was 1-1, mate, but we'll roll that one for now.
You were star.
I wasn't that good there.
We beat you.
I was only 15 years old.
Former manager of mine in development, former force logistics manager, tackle bag holder, water bottle filler upper. You started from the bottom, now you're here, bud.
Yeah, mate. So, long and illustrious career with the force and Rugby WA. I do miss the days, though. I do enjoy it. I miss it. Now I live in this business shirt life, which I wish I was in the hoodies and the gym gear. But, had some great times there.
Awesome. And talk to us just quickly about last year, premiership, after how many years?
Yeah, so I've been with the mighty Cottesloe Seagulls for 10 years. I came in 2010, the year after they won their last premiership. So, yeah, been 10 years of waiting for me. And legit one of the all-time greatest experiences I've had. You know, getting married, probably the first one, which I got to say, and then number 2 on my best days of my life, winning that with the boys.
Awesome.
Pretty special to do it with someone like Kieran Stringer, who we've been together, playing for 10 years together. So really exciting. Just still watching the gym all the time.
No, awesome. And we just want to know, it's been a bit of a tough time with rugby not being on. There's been lockdowns and with COVID and all that. Just looking at how have you been going? How have you stayed healthy during this time?
Yeah, it's been a challenge with all the gyms closed and stuff. I enjoyed my fitness and health quite a bit. So I've been doing an online program for one of the gyms I've signed up for. And basically, I've been going to a mate's garage, and we've got a few different things in there, a few different weights, and one of the watt bikes in there. So we've been doing probably a lot more cardio than heavy lifting. I haven't been able to do any of that, but we've been pretty lucky that the gym that we signed up to online, give a little shout out to 98 Riley Street, have sort of tailored their programs to be able to do from home, more accessible, so more body weight and more, I guess, kettlebell or dumbbell workouts rather than heavy lifting. But yeah, definitely a lot more cardio, I reckon, on the running and the sort of, watt bike front, which has been tough for me. All
the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough, but
Have you chatted to any of your mates? Are they keeping well? Your teammates from last year and potentially any new ones you got this year down at COD, how have they been keeping? Have you been staying in touch?
Yeah, we've been good. We've got a Facebook Messenger group. We've got the whole senior squad on there that we've Westy, our coach, has been pretty good in keeping in communication with us the whole time, giving us updates on how the season's going, how the training's looking, and how we're getting into it. So we've been updated. We've all been in communication, still, trying to keep that sort of culture we built last year, keep everything going, and I guess communication is key for us during this time, so we don't have anyone drop off. But yeah, we've been talking about it. We actually had training on Tuesday night for the first time, socially distant, which was a bit different, which is great. Kept our distance, a lot of catch pass, but it was a bit different than what we've had before. But yeah, I guess we've been keeping in contact. We've been chatting the whole time. Plans are in place, and hopefully we can make a run and go back to back this year.
Yep, that's what it's all about, isn't it? We're going to get rugby back. We know that, and we're hoping we've got it back. What are you looking forward to most getting back into the season? What are you looking forward to most?
I think just the competitive side of it. It's been a bit weird. I've watched that Last Dance documentary with MJ. It's just got my the juices flowing. I just want to get back out there and compete, and at a high level, and just try and do my best. But yeah, I guess we're missing, especially the teammates. Has been tough, which was great to get down to training and see the boys again. But yes, rugby is a part of it. It's huge, but also that off-field aspect of in the change rooms after the boys, a couple of beers. We've all been missing that as well. I'm sure. So that's really the main thing that's tough.
Yep. With other teams, have you chatted to anyone from other teams? Have you had a gentle ribbing? Obviously, if we don't have a season, touch wood, that doesn't happen. Do you go back to back? Have you been, saying that? You back to back?
100%, mate. It's the same as Russell said last week. He wants to get back to back PG Hampshires. The season doesn't go ahead, the incumbent gets it, which is Marty Cottesloe Seagulls, which would be great because I'm looking to do the three-peat, just like MJ. So it'd be nice to have the second season just handed to us, which would be great. We'll have the same exact celebrations as Mad Monday. But yeah, then we'll look for the three-peat next year. But I'm hoping we get to compete for it, even if it is a shortened season. We're keen to get out there and run around. We've got a few new boys that have come over, and it'd be tough for them to obviously come over and not play rugby. So I'm hoping we can get a season and sort of show what we're about.
No, awesome. And I hear, rumor has it, your Fui Fui 10 code name, pretty big hit across some platform video games. I'm not too sure. I'm not across it.
Oh yeah, mate. I made that username a long time ago. 4 months. No, it was a long time ago. But that's my PSN name. Anyone wants to play some COD. We're doing a lot of that through isolation, a lot of video games, much to my wife's dismay. But loving it. And if anyone wants to jump on and have a go, that's actually one of the other ways we've been keeping in contact with a few of the COD boys. We've been playing a lot of video games together online, which is great. And even guys from last year, Nuffa, a few other boys that have moved on to other clubs. We're still keeping in contact and chatting to them over video games. So it's actually been a pretty good socialising aspect of it, isolation as well.
Oh, good. We'll see you online, I'm sure, Tobias. Appreciate
100%.
you joining us. There's a big question, though. What position are you playing this year? You've gone from wing to centre to 6 to lock. What are we looking for this year? Goal kicker?
Yeah, I'm looking at. I think I'm going to go back to fly half. I think that's sort of where my talents really lie. The real skill set of kicking and goal kicking. If Nick Juice doesn't end up playing for us, I'll probably slot into that 10 position for a bit. Or a ball running 10, I think. But in all seriousness, now I'll be looking to stay. They call me Pop Gun Hoskins. No, I'll be looking to stay in the back row hopefully this year and run around with a few of the other guys that we've got a pretty talented back row with guys like Colin Mason and Alec Fontalabo who have come over from last year and they're still around this year. So hopefully we can build on the sort of the combinations we worked on at the end of last year and keep that sort of strength of ours here at COP.
Cool, mate. I really appreciate your time. Good luck back into training, into phase 3 when we can do contact, and then hit the ground running when the season starts. So good luck to you and Cot.
No, I appreciate it. I'm excited, and hopefully back to back this year. And sorry, Russell, I'll be aiming for the PG this year, mate.
Thanks, Dobbs.
Thanks, mate. Have a good day.
So there we have Tobias Hoskins, classic Tobias Hoskins.
How good?
Any thoughts, any comments that you want to make about Tobias?
So is that Tobias the winger, centre, flanker? Pretty sure only the front row.
Equipment manager.
Haven't done the front row. It's coming.
He's got the face for it.
I have no comment.
That's very unusual.
What's his best position, Ando?
6.
So next up we got Crunch Time. New segment here. We've got Statler and Waldorf as mentioned. We're going to put them under the microscope and see how they go. First up, Ando. We've got with you. What is the director of rugby and why is having someone in that role here at Rugby WA important?
Well, how long have we got?
Oh, we don't have long.
Okay. There's a little bit of
1
a
minute.
hint.
1 minute only.
There's a hint in the name, the title, Director of Rugby. Look, it's probably a significant move in terms of where Bob and the executive are sort of trying to move our program strategically. At the moment, there's a transitioning happening between aligning various sections of our business, namely performance, coach education and game development. They're probably the 3 key portfolios that we're trying to align at the moment, in line with our overarching strat plan, which is actually in place. So we're trying to add a little bit of meat to the programs, but also a little bit more alignment between those 3 sections. So again, I think it's a significant move. It's a step up from the HP role and portfolio that I occupied up until February this year. And once again, I have to add that it's fundamentally supported in principle by Rugby Australia, which is great. They've maintained a relationship with what we're doing, and obviously I've morphed from Rugby Australia into this position. So in a nutshell, it's the alignment of those 3 departments.
Bobby, I'll go to you with one question. Crunch Time. Do you reckon Stokes can win the premiership this year if we get a season up?
How politically undiplomatic of you.
Who have they bought this year?
Of course they can. Every club can win it. In the competition model we run, you play where you live, everyone's got a chance, don't they?
I love that answer, Bobby. So few players being bought, checkbook opened, and we'll see what happens, eh?
No comment?
Back to the season, Bobby. So just to reiterate, 4th of July, potentially a key date for us if everything goes right.
Yeah, look, it is, and we're not talking US Independence Day. We're just talking an opportunity where we might be able to run around on the field. Now, look, there's still a few hurdles to get over, and I can't stress that enough. It's important that players, clubs, we sort of work within the constraints because that will allow us to step forward, and we'll have to be flexible. There's every chance we won't have as many players at each club, so we might have to vary the number of teams in age grades, juniors, and or in seniors. But again, we'll be flexible. This is a really unusual year. It's not the status quo. So let's just keep approaching it with we can do something if everyone sort of pitches in and contributes. So the more info we get out of clubs that help us with that planning, the better it is for us all.
Lastly here, what are you looking forward to most once we get the season back up? What part of the season are you looking forward most?
I think probably just the ongoing relationship we have with our academy. It's been one of our, I suppose, more successful parts of our work. So I think we've been a little bit this hiatus, even though I said there were some positives out of it. You know, the actual group training, that's one major area I think we're going to sort of look to improve on, but also for the players personally, I think they need to be back out on the training field and functioning as an academy. The deviations that we had at the moment have been good in some respects. We've had to sort of manipulate that to a point, but I think if we start thinking about the player, I think we all agree that they need to be back out on the training field and they need to be back playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're all looking forward to that part of it.
As we all are, which is really, really good. So appreciate your time there, gents, for Crunch Time.
Very welcome, Dano. Very pleased to have finally had an opportunity to join you on this fabulous panel.
I spoke to people higher up and we managed to make it work.
How good.
I'm just trying to work out how the next group's going to follow this.
Oh, big shoes to fill. Big shoes to fill. And finally here we have our TMO clip of the week. It comes from Southern Lions player Victor Young, showing some skills out in the front yard while he was in ISO. Let's have a look at Victor. Good work there, Victor. That's the most work I've seen you do on the field, but so well done. So that's another episode of Let's Chat. Make sure you head onto our website to have a look at those webinars, the active rugby hubs, and most important, that belt up ball comp. Get in your designs, and we will see who's the winner. So thank you, gents. Thank you, Ando. Thank you, Bob.
Very good.
That one, well done.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.